Hello, my name is Katerina, and welcome to Dreaming English, which is this channel that we learn English on. Now, my mom, she had found this article that said that people who own cats are less likely to go to church, which is straight. Okay, hi. Which is strange because it had like some sort of scientific thing about that. And apparently if you own a cat like Ross here, who is currently trying to get at the bunny that you can see behind me over here, they're apparently less likely to go to church. Now, we have 2 cats and 2 bunnies, but we actually went to church today, and we recently got back, and I decided to record this.
Before Katerina and I talk more about cats and churches, we want to give a shout out to a YouTube channel that we recently discovered. It's actually a podcast as well that will help you learn English. The channel is called Learn English with this guy, and this guy has a very similar approach as we do. He talks about topics with a very clear and slow-spoken English, such topics as climate change, a typical day in American school, and he talks about a recent ice storm that we both actually experienced. This guy doesn't live far from where we do. He lives in Maine while we live in Massachusetts, a couple states down in the United States. And this past weekend we have experienced a ice storm. So he has a couple shows that talks about the ice storm. You can find a link to his show right here and check it out. Please subscribe to it. And there'll also be a link in our show notes below.
So, also cats, years ago in the ancient times, like in 500, 400 BC, all those times, the ancient Egyptians used to worship cats. They were gods to them. And there would be death punishment to anyone who even hurt a cat, because cats were considered gods.
Michelle here, Dreaming English. And I wanted to tell you a story that I just recently read. And the story, it was a little news article. And it talked about how churchgoers, people that go to church, like the church behind me, are less likely to be cat owners. The reason that people that own cats are less likely to go to church is because people that own cats often see these lovely cats as a God substitute. Ross, are you a God substitute? Well, I do go to church, so I'm not actually sure. So owning a cat is said to replace some of the benefits of being part of a faith community. And one researcher said, while cats are pretty low maintenance, we end up serving them a lot. Just like this cat, pretty demanding. Every time I sit down, he comes here and he demands to be petted. So the study goes on to say more than 2,000 people in the United States who've never stepped foot in a place of worship in a church, they on average own 2 cats. So the article also noted that there was a strong association between attendance of worship and cat ownership, finding that people that owned more cats attended church less often. Professor Samuel Perry from Oklahoma University actually said that cats could be seen as a God substitute. Don't be scared. We always want to win their affections, and it bothers us if we think they might be displeased with us. Cats are pretty low maintenance. We end up serving them a lot. Cats are very godlike in those characteristics.
Also cats, years ago in in the ancient times, like in 500, 400 BC, all those times. The ancient Egyptians used to worship cats. They were gods to them. And there would be death punishment to anyone who even hurt a cat, because cats were considered gods. And when they died, they would treat them like kings, just like they would do when a king died. They would give them a tomb and bury them with gold and jewels, because they did that.
And Professor Perry adds that pets in their own way are substitutes for human interactions. Well, Kat and I have 2 cats and 2 bunnies, and here we are at church, so I guess the study isn't completely true. Where are you going? Well, a writer, Christopher Hitchens, says, if you provide a dog with water, it'll think you're God. Bunnies or cats, which is better? Which one? Do people with bunnies go to church? What do you think? Do you think that people that have 2 bunnies are less likely to go to church? Are bunnies God-like creatures? What do you think about bunnies? Which one? Bunnies or cats?
Cats, to be honest. I like bunnies too.
I don't know if there's been a study about bunnies. A study about bunnies and people who are churchgoers. I don't think that they did any such study. What is this cat doing, huh? What is this cat doing? Is it trying to get the bunnies behind me? Do you think you're a god? Huh? Do you think you're a god? I wonder how many people that go to that church own more than 2 cats. I wonder how many people that go to that church own less than 2 cats.
I don't know why, but cats are awesome. So have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.